It's the Roula and Ryan Show. Swifties, 1 hour from now, the Taylor Swift getaway.
It's a keyword that we give away 4 times a day, 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. Be listening for that, and gives you a chance to win a trip to see her in the Eras Tour in the fall. Also, I want to say a very special happy birthday to Nathan Alvarez. He's turning 7 today, and they are making the Roula and Ryan Show a family affair.
Nice.
They say, please, can you shout out and, wish him happy birthday on the way to school in the morning. He loves Ninja Turtles, and his favorite is Michelangelo.
Really?
Also, did you know that today is School Lunch Hero Day? This is the shout out to all of the cafeteria workers in all the different school districts that feed our kids every day in school.
Oh, I became dear friends with a cafeteria lady, and then we would go to lunch together outside of our school.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's something else.
She started taking piano lessons from my dad, and so she kind of became part of the family.
Did you get a preferential treatment?
Yeah. I definitely get
there's the next. Oh, the pizza's all gone. Well, I saved you a slice.
Just pizza burgers?
Yeah. You get double fries.
Oh,
stuff like that.
nice.
Oh, yeah.
You special, okay?
We just heard Teddy Swims. I have a really awesome remix of that coming up at 9 a.m. Plus, I want to let you guys decide at 37530 what we can throw in there. You know, we're doing some throwbacks this coming weekend. Why don't we get it started right at 9 a.m. with your Friday free-for-all?
Yay!
But now this.
Spam calls, he answers them all.
Scammy scam.
May I beg your pardon? What do you mean by scammy scam?
It's Special K's Telemarketer Turnaround.
So you're a beautiful boy.
Yeah, thank you. Everybody told me that.
On the Roula and Ryan Show.
104.1 KRBE.
How many spam calls?
The scammy scam.
How many spam calls do you think you get a day?
I think I'm up to about 5 or 6. And if I don't have my ideas near me, I usually just...
Kevin, on TikTok, I'm following these guys that they catch the scammers. All those people that call you, they have programs, and they call them back, and they can see their computers. They can even see videos.
Oh, wow.
And then they stop them from, Kevin, right now, are you talking to these people? Yeah. Don't stop right now. They're scamming you, and then they'll help you take over the computer.
Nice.
There's all kinds of these groups that are helping.
You sent me a link on my email or something. I started watching him, and
There's 2 guys. That guy does more comedy.
Okay, because his voice does not match his face. He's like an older guy, looks like a dad, but he sounds like a
he
young
does voices like Kevin.
California guy. Yeah, but anyway, that's pretty fantastic, though, because now they're starting to get hit back. And this is what the telemarketer turnaround's all about.
And today we are going to use what statement?
Say less.
Yes, say less. That is what all the kids are saying. That was Max, by the way. And so we're going to repeat say less over and over and over again for this call about health care.
And Kevin,
God.
every minute that you have this person on is less time for them to be scamming someone. So
Exactly.
You're
So
helping.
You're doing a public
favor.
service here.
That's the way I look at it, yeah.
So we got to guess how long?
All right, so we are at 3 minutes and 19 seconds. How many times do I get say less in Ryan?
I'm going to say, because you throw other things in there, I'm going to say 8.
In 3 minutes, say less, I'll say 10. Wait, you're going to say 10?
can be 10.
You can say 10 also.
You can be 10 also.
I'll say 11. Makes it more fun.
We'll pick up mid-conversation when I was able to click over and hit record. Here we go.
Health and medical expenses at zero cost to you. And just to make sure that your age is below 64, is that right, ma'am?
Yes, say less.
All right, so ma'am, that's perfect. And ma'am, most of the people, they do qualify for a premium subsidy because they're making less than 50,000 a year. Are you making less than 50,000 a year?
Oh, I'm poor AF. Say less, right?
I got you. So since you're low annual income, that's why you qualify for government subsidized plan. And do correct me if I am wrong, you are still residing in a beautiful state of Texas. Is that right?
Yeah, say less.
I'm sorry?
Yes, Tejas.
All right, so ma'am, you are perfectly qualified for government subsidized plan, and you also qualify for a lot of many more benefits at zero cost to you. How does that sound to you? Sound good?
Say less.
And how old are you, if you don't mind? Your age is below 64. May I know how old are you?
Oh, I'm a lady. I'll never admit to that, but actually, I'm 67. Say less.
67, right?
Yeah, say less.
I was saying your age is below 64, like you are younger than 64, and you told me you're 67.
Yeah, because you confused me when you said that stuff, and I said say less, but you said more.
No, I said no more. Your age is less than 64. Okay, have a nice day. Bye.
Yeah, well, say less.
You are less than 64 or more than 60?
It's less than that. I said less.
And how old are you? Can I get your age if you don't mind?
Yeah, so you can guess it if you want to say less.
Okay, have a nice day. Bye.
But wait, I said to say less, and you keep saying more.
I was saying, how old are you if you don't mind? Your age is below 64. May I know how old are you?
Yeah, so now I'm 62.
You are 62, right?
Yeah.
That's perfect. So all right, so I want to ensure you nobody asks you to personal and private information at the phone. No one asks you to buy anything or change anything.
Say less.
What do you mean by say less, say less, say less?
That's what all the kids say.
All right, so one last thing from my side. Right at the moment, you have no Medicaid, no Medicare, no VA, no employee coverage. Is that right?
No Medicaid, but I have a Band-Aid.
Sorry?
Say less.
You don't have Medicaid and Medicare, right?
Can you check?
Yes.
Okay, do you need my social security number or what?
We have just simple 3 questions. The first one is your age. The second one is your income.
Yeah, say less.
All right, so that's all the information I need to verify you. You are perfectly qualified from my side. So I'm gonna quickly patch one of my senior verification department who's gonna let you know how much subsidy you can qualify to see how much benefit you can get, okay?
Woo-wee. You said more. So say less.
I'm sorry.
We were all off.
I got 14.
I got 14.
And a half.
Yeah.
You kinda got
and a half. Yeah, there's a half.
Say less than
Somehow
that.
I got like 15.
I
Probably
did
16, maybe.
I picked that one half because you kind of got it out.
He did
but
say,
not all the way.
he said the word say less.
Yeah,
a couple
that's what
times.
I'm saying.
So I counted those.
Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah, when he said it.
But then there's one, I don't know if you said it in Spanish.
I think that was a record. No, I didn't say it in Spanish. But
God, you can hear the whole cubicle farm. There's got to be hundreds of people in there.
People would fall for that.
Because people do. Eric, when they
It's just
cast
so
their
mad.
net, if they were to get 100 calls done and 2 or 3 of them hit, that's
Take all
money
their
for
money.
them. That's money for
I
them.
saw a
That's what the whole
documentary on
point
this
is.
where if they get like literally only a 1% success rate, they've succeeded.
Like, look at
They know that they're going to get 99% rejection.
On Max, if you watch the it's a 3-part show, Telemarketers, it's so
Those are
infuriating
the
how it
ones
started in the 90s.
the East Coast.
Yeah, started in the 90s for the fake police and firefighter charity things.
oh,
because
that burns me.
Oh,
it burns
yeah.
me to death because none of those cops or firefighters are getting a dime of that. This one guy in Chicago that got shot, they used him for 20 years as his story to raise money on the phone. And the guy's like, I didn't get any of that
I'm
money.
getting a lot of the PayPal one. Like, did you take this? I used to have a PayPal account.
Yeah, me too.
And so I'll get that. Sometimes I'm like, wait, because I don't know if I ever got rid of it.
Uh-oh.
I won't click on anything. But
No, don't click those links.
No.
Don't click
Here's
those
something to
texts.
know.
don't click anything with PayPal.
Venmo owns PayPal.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
But still, you don't want to click any links that come to you.
No,
from somebody you
don't
know.
take those. No.
That's for sure. Telemarketer turnaround. You can do this yourself. One of my own friends texted me, oh my gosh, I have to tell Special K, thank you for the inspiration. She had this person so mad because she kept doing what Kevin does.
There you go.
And she was laughing and laughing and laughing and laughing at this person. Like,
My wife gets mad at me. She's like, they're going to take your number and pass it around or do stuff.
Like, honey, it's already out there.
She's real cautious.
Is already out there. All right, coming up next, we're going to do 30-second therapy. And what does that mean? If you're going through a quandary right now, but it's not like super devastating where it needs a whole group therapy to itself, it's like just little quick quibs. 30 seconds to tell us what the problem is. We'll try and give you advice in 30 seconds and move on to
We're
the
all
next
friends.
call.
You guys say,
Yeah.
you know, you want a good friend to talk to, we'll do it. We have no
Impartial opinion.
Right, we don't know the whole story, so you're going to tell us the situation, and from outside looking in, we'll tell you what we think you should do with your life. 713-390-KRBE. It's 30-second therapy next on The Roula and Ryan Show.
104.1 KRBE.
Ladies and gentlemen, time for Roula and Ryan's 30-second therapy.
All
30-second
right,
therapy
you give us a
means-
problem in 30 seconds, and we try and solve it in 30 seconds.
Unless it's really juicy, then maybe we keep going.
Yeah,
We'll
give it a
just
little-
keep
We'll see
on
how it
keeping
goes.
on. Let's just see how we feel with this flow. 713-390-KRBE. You can
also-
line them up.
We also have listener line 30-second therapies we can play as
Yeah.
well.
They
a
left
bunch
them there
have
for
come
us. Let's go to Paul. He's up first. Happy Friday, Paul. Good morning.
Happy Friday. What's going on?
We made it.
Hey, so
Yes.
what's your problem?
I already know what Ryan is going to say. He's going to say, pack your bags and run. Okay, I've been dating this woman for going on 7 months, And I have 4 kids. She has 1 son. Ages range from 19 all the way to 6. Kids get along. She's pretty good with the kids, but her mental health, it scares me. She can be calm. We can have an argument, and I'm talking about she would yell from the top of her lungs. That would scare Jesus.
Oh, my gosh.
And it's like she'll go back to calm.
Is she doing this in front? Is she doing this in front of the kids?
Oh, she will call her son and, like, say her son gets home from school and, hey, did you take care of the dogs? Did you take the trash out? No, I didn't. Why the F did you take out the trash? And I told you I'm like, whoa.
Now, here's something that you said, Paul, that answers your own question. You said, her mental health scares me, which means there is an issue there, and she obviously needs to speak to someone, whether she wants to or not, or wants to believe it or not, that it is not normal to go from 0 to 100 because the trash wasn't taken out yet. It is not normal to have these rage out moments and then be all sweet like tea.
Is that a sign of bipolarism? I am not a therapist.
It sounds a little bit like it.
You have to get tested for that, though.
You do.
That's not just a self-diagnosis.
Right, obviously. And when you say test it, it's not a blood test, right? It's like a therapist will take you through some...
Evaluate you.
Yes.
Evaluate you.
Yes,
They
you
will
need an evaluation for that.
She sees a therapist. She does see a therapist.
Okay.
She does.
You
Have you discussed this with her, Paul, about, hey, can we just talk about the level
she yells at him.
that you get to? I mean, what's going on with the level you're getting to? You talk about your therapist with that?
multiple times.
And what'd she say?
Like, I'm working on it. It's been, like I said, 7 months. I honestly haven't even talked to her for the last 2 days because every day has been an argument, and I've been at peace for the last 2 days.
Okay, you just answered your own question right there. You need peace in your life. You don't need that volatility.
You have 3 kids.
And you don't need your kids.
He has 4
kids?
and she's got 1. So you're putting your 4 kids in the line of that wrath.
Yeah.
But perhaps the separation will make her realize the error in her ways.
Maybe she'll get the help.
And if you do decide to give her another chance, make sure that she knows the reason in the first place why you had to step away was because of the temper swings.
Thank you. I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
Good
Well,
luck,
thanks so
man.
much.
That's
Let us
tough.
know what happens. Good luck, sir.
All right, bye.
Take
All right,
care.
you
Be
take
careful
care.
out there.
That's sad.
713-390-KRBE. And after how many times do you say, well, I'm going to break up with you if you don't get it together? And then you have to actually mean it, right? It's kind of like when we as parents threaten our kids with some penalty and then we don't follow through.
Yeah.
It's like the fake threats or like the ones we can't like stick to. We're like, well, you're not going to get blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, you're so
Look,
cute.
I know
I'll
it's
just let you do
cliched
it.
to say this, but the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and thinking that you're going to get a different result.
But sometimes people have to do it a few times before they realize they're doing it over and over
But
again.
if they haven't had help,
Yeah.
I don't know. 7
You have
months.
to be- you have
that's
to be
enough
willing.
time to get out.
My whole thing
You
is,
got 4 kids.
if
Think
there
of
were
them
no
first.
kids involved,
Yeah.
I'd say maybe stick it out. But kids witnessing that, don't like that.
If there's the other way around, would be hell no.
We think he's like a rageaholic,
he's
crazy, get away from him.
Right.
It should be, we are all a little shaken by that there, Paul. So you need to, as opposed to what you just said, Kevin, I think I'm just going to tell Paul.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, look, he's already had enough red flags. If you bring it to the Roula and Ryan show, it's heavy enough for you to know it's time to get out. Like, when in doubt, leave it out, right? So just get out. I think that he really knows deep down what he needs to do. He just has
He
so
doesn't
many
want
feelings
to.
for him.
Yeah.
He doesn't want
He
to yet.
Yeah.
He wanted validation.
Maybe
Yeah.
he's scared.
Change
Well,
is difficult,
that temper hurts.
even
scary.
when it's a good change. It's scary.
Let's go to the listener line calls at 713-278-VENT. For those that heard us talking about 30-second therapy happening today, they left us messages because it was on top of mind at the time when they heard us mention it. So
It's
let's hear this.
interesting because, once again, we're going with the fighting theme.
My fiance and I have been fighting ever since we got engaged. And I just want to know, is this like a normal part of the process? I mean, I'm kind of like starting to feel like I'm making the wrong decision, and it's scaring the heck out of me. Is this something that everybody goes through?
She didn't say what they're fighting about, though.
She said
Are
they're
they fighting about wedding
everything.
plans? Or are they fighting
In the
about
beginning, did
everything?
you say everything? What did she say?
Yeah, so we're fighting about everything.
My fiance and I have been fighting ever since we got engaged. And I just want to know, is this like a normal part of the process?
Okay.
Ever since they got engaged. She's not saying what they're fighting
Maybe
about.
the pressures, maybe the money.
Well, obviously, I mean, I always say when you get engaged, then the storm starts. You think it's like, oh, whirlwind, that's a storm because it's a lot of expense, and now you have to go between like your side and the other person's side, and who's going to be invited, who's not going to be invited, and why does that person have to get invited? Well, that's like a power move at work. It's a network move. I got to invite this person for obligation versus
Also,
the person that's my friend.
What's it going to look like and taste like? sound like and feel like. It's a lot of decisions.
She's just asking, is
Those
this
are
normal?
weird things
What the
to
heck?
bring
I know you have to. There's
the menu, the steak,
atmosphere
the
you
sea
got to
bass?
create with a wedding, and so you disagree on stupid little
I
things.
don't think that's
If
normal.
that listener line caller is talking about fights on wedding planning, I could say that yes, there are disagreements, but not full blown out fights like you
No.
hate each other. If you're fighting about every little thing, maybe you got to dig a little deeper there.
I still think the guy should, for that should be 60-40.
Yeah, stand back and let her
Girls
have
should
her
get
way.
at least 60% of the decisions.
Yeah.
Because we have heard of groomzillas.
Yeah.
But-
Those do exist.
Those are the ones you
hear
want
the
to run away
stories about
from.
girls that grow up dreaming about their wedding date. Boys don't grow up dreaming about
And
that.
even if you did, you still want your bride to be happy.
Yes.
and
Right.
make
Happy wife,
sure
happy
she's
life.
the happiest on that day.
So we're going to get a little bit more from you, caller, on what the fights are about.
How about-
But overall,
so what do you think?
no, you should not be fighting this much.
No,
I don't think
absolutely
so.
not.
You should not be fighting this much. It should be a fun time in your life. Next caller.
All right.
My girlfriend and I, we used to have sex like all the time, morning, noon, and night when we first started going out. But we've been together for about 3.5 years, and we barely even touch. I mean, I love her. I love her so much, but it's kind of killing me. It's just got me kind of wondering, is she getting it somewhere else? This is a sign of cheating, right?
They've been together 3 years, and the activity has decreased
It just
significantly.
stopped.
They have kids?
No,
Yeah,
they
these
didn't
people
say if
aren't
they're-
leaving their life
I know.
story.
Parents are
I wish
married.
they left more.
If you had kids, I'd say, well, that's life.
Sometimes it's not always new and shiny.
Yeah.
You
Or
get into
what's your schedule like?
The schedule of
Does she
living
travel for
together
work? Do you
and
travel for work?
working,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Is it long hours, long days? And you're like, oh, okay.
He thinks she's cheating?
But
If he
I mean,
thinks that, though, that's the instinct, right? We
if
do
it,
roses on
instantly,
that.
if it instantly stops and you've been regular throughout all those 3 years and all of a sudden it stops,
Something happened. Maybe you're not
Something.
feeling
Right.
good, or
yeah.
If you feel like there's a cheat, krbe.com on Thursdays. Roula and Ryan's
Yes, caller.
Roses.
Call us back. We'll
I
get
can
you on
offer her a
roses.
staycation. We can find out between me and Sam the Dragon Lady what she's really into.
maybe at 8:20 we can bring that back. How often you're doing it?
Oh, yeah.
Make us all feel good and bad. Mostly bad.
Most of the time we do that, we don't believe half the callers. We're like, that's impossible.
It's
You're
the
crazy.
people
I didn't have time to even.
You're an alien.
The people
There's
that
no
say
way.
it, it's like, 7 times a day, every day, 7 days a week. I'm like,
Don't you have a job?
yeah.
Did you get tired?
That is their job.
How are you even working?
I don't like to do anything that much.
Isn't there some downtime for just your Netflix time? Don't you want to just
And
like chill?
What's like the
it's just all chill.
time frame?
Yeah.
Like what
they-
time
Like
to do it, or
TMI?
how
Are they
long?
saying 7 times all
well,
at once or 7 times throughout the day?
Right.
She's talking
But
about
also
the
the
longevity
time
of the session.
Quantity over
Are we
quality.
doing like
type
Longevity of the
five
session.
minutes? You know, are we?
There's
is
no
it during?
quality
Wait, you can do that more?
Is it doing commercial
Is
break
that a thing? No.
song? You know, where are we
Teddy
looking at
Swims, Lose
time-wise?
Control. It's a 2.5 minute song. Let's go. We have time.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, what are we?
Baby's about to wake up.
Is it the whole show from the Roula and Ryan show? You listen at 6, and then you're. I don't know.
Somebody said, wait till that guy gets married. It's been 3 years in. Wait till he gets
It's
married.
3 years in and it stopped.
Somebody's blaming him on text. Maybe he's the lazy one, so she's just stopped trying.
Oh yeah, maybe she doesn't like what you're doing for a job or your grooming habits. Could be it could be 1,000 reasons why.
There
So
really
many.
could be.
Because
So
watch
now
the other.
She
Yesterday,
suddenly stopped because he's not trimming.
well, maybe.
Yeah,
I
maybe
mean, some
just-
people are
it's
very
gross.
much about
Every guy grows
hygiene.
beards now,
Yeah.
and if you're not into it,
Right. Did we do this whole thing about the girl? And I know it's a double edged. So I mean, not it's a double standard. But the girl had called in because the guy had grown a real bushy
Oh, yeah. Hipster beard.
beard,
Yeah.
and she was like. And he's like, I just like it so much. And she's like, ugh. And then we had that whole topic about, well, what if she wanted to dye her hair? Does she have to ask him like it's a caveman? But why does he have to ask her about growing out the beard? Well, I mean, she's the one that has to kiss his face. And she is the one that has to sleep next to him. And if she's like waking up in the
Also,
middle of the night itchy because his
I
long
think that-
beard is tickling her
I
arm.
think that hairstyles are different than facial hair. A facial hair covers your face. You cannot see the face you fell in love with anymore. It's hidden behind this giant ZZ Top beard.
Or what if they had the hair and then they shaved it?
And they're like, oh, God, grow it
Like
back.
when Mark shaves his face, I'm like, whoa.
do you like it or no?
Mark and I have been together, I think, for 12 years, and I think I've seen his face clean twice.
That's
Like,
it?
With no hair.
What's he usually? Just some scruff?
Yes. Oh, yeah, he has a beard.
He does?
Yes, Mark has a full beard.
Got a
I
beard?
think if you had quizzed me on that, I'd definitely lose that $1 million question.
Do you like it?
realize
We should bring,
that Mark
we'll bring
has
in
a beard?
three
Like, show
guys
his face?
that are half Puerto Rican.
Oh my
We'll bring him in here, and then
Which
we'll have to
one
guess
is-
which one is her
Mark?
husband. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just saw him 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think I've only seen him maybe twice
Mark
in
has
person.
a beard.
Let's
Wow.
He's always had a beard, but
Oh,
if
yeah.
he's shaved his
I
face
just feel like you never
twice.
noticed the beard.
Yeah.
I don't know why
What
we
are
don't
you
notice
looking
it.
at?
It's tighter
I
to
don't
his
know.
face.
I
It's
always
not
think
You're
a
a-
ball
looking at
cap.
his
That's what-
muscles,
He's always wearing a ball cap.
his
Yeah.
hat.
And Eric, you kind of have scruff. I'm
His
looking at you now,
legs.
but I would never think that you're a scruff guy. You have a very tiny bit of scruff, but you're usually clean shaven. And my
Not really, no. I don't think I've
Since
I think
the
I've shaved
pandemic.
3 times, and I have a trimmer, so I'll just keep it short.
Yeah.
But I don't like to be
clean
Clean
shave.
Oh, I like
shaven
clean
anymore.
shaven.
Well, Special K.
My
Right,
wife
I've
likes it.
never
My
seen
wife
you
likes
with
it more with
facial hair.
stubble. She likes
Yeah.
stubble more.
Yeah, Special K and my husband have that kind of hair where they shave in the morning and they have a 5 o'clock shadow by 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
So when my husband shaves, Sam, you know, he will not tell me that he shaved. Obviously, he thinks I'm going to see it right away, and then I'm sitting in the kitchen. He's like, I'm like, oh my God. And I just love to touch his face because it's clean shaven.
Doesn't
I'm like,
hurt?
oh, I just immediately start kissing all over his face. And I don't care if what we're doing because I'm like, I love his clean shaven face because he doesn't do that often. Because I know for you guys, it is a chore. I mean, I don't have to shave my legs anymore because I had laser years ago. But if I had to do that every single day, I'd be like, oh.
And it's different.
I don't want to shave my
if you
my
cut
legs
yourself
today.
or make a mistake on your leg, it's okay. You can put on pants. We cut ourselves in our face. We're walking around with toilet paper on
I
our
bet Ryan will
skin.
get when he retires. You're gonna have like a goatee.
Oh,
or
the
something.
David Letterman
It's
white
gonna be
Santa Claus
I
beard?
am not
He's gonna look
gonna-
like Colonel Sanders.
No, I am not going to grow out a beard.
Just grow it
I
out.
could see you doing that. Getting
I
a
don't
goatee.
know,
White hair, white beard.
Yeah, white. I can see all
Yeah.
that.
In my life, I've only had a beard twice. Like, I've only done it twice. I shaved it into a goatee, and now I have full
Try it.
beard once. Oh, I know I can grow one. I mean, I
Do it.
shave twice a day. I mean,
Twice a day.
yeah, I shave first thing in the morning, and I shave, later in the day.
What?
Oh my
I
gosh.
did.
Why?
I don't think that's
Why
good
do you
for
shave later in the day?
Because it just looks nasty. I mean,
Electric razor?
Yeah, electric.
Okay. Just with the 3 heads?
Yeah.
But then you
No
don't
alcohol.
like. Then you don't
The one
use
that,
a
like,
blade
zzz.
afterwards.
My dad used to do that when he would drive me to soccer.
That thing can never.
Yeah.
How does that not
That's
hurt
a
their
dad
face?
He just
shaver.
would like multi. Yes, it
Yeah.
is a dad shaver.
dad
You
shaver.
have the dad shaver.
Because it smells like aftershave. With
I don't
the-
know. Yeah,
yeah,
you just be
with the-
driving and.
But
For
doesn't
those-
doesn't make it clean.
No, I can get
Close
it.
shave and
No.
smooth.
I can get it pretty
I
close.
can't believe
How
you
do
did
you do a
twice.
dry shave like that? If we did that, we'd have so much razor
It works.
rash.
It works.
and
Somehow
burn.
it's.
But those things you don't need. You just
I don't know.
No,
I've
you
never
don't
Maybe
need
I'll
shaving
use one of those
cream.
on my legs and let you know.
Yeah, I know.
I was
Can
like,
we use that?
Bring it out here. Be like, let's go.
Somebody texted Sam, oh my God, I never even noticed Mark had a beard. Obviously, they follow you too and didn't notice Mark's beard. I always notice your husband's ball caps because you say how he has good hair and his ball cap is always on.
real good hair.
Yeah, like why would he always wear so many
Does
ball
have
caps if his hair
great-
is so good? I
He
don't
does
know
have
his hair.
great
And
hair.
then one day he's gonna take it off and be.
No.
Horseshoe.
Not enough sun getting in there to make
You
it
hear
grow.
those
Oh
stories
my
about the guys that
gosh.
wear the hats too long and then the hair falls out.
Yeah, not getting that vitamin D up on the scalp.
I think he's fine. His hair, yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
Somebody
He'll be fine.
said on text, my husband likes to grow out a mustache for a few weeks and then shave half of it and see how long it takes me to notice.
Just walk around
Please
just the
send
left
us a
side.
picture next time he does
I'm
that.
gonna try that
I love
once.
that.
I was talking about just shaving an eyebrow. I don't know
Oh my
why.
God.
One, no, that's going to be very
do it.
noticeable.
Didn't we do that
Don't
to
do the eyebrow.
Mumbles?
Maybe the mustache.
Wait a second. We did it to Mumbles back in the day.
Yeah,
And we
It
couldn't
grew
even
back,
tell.
Who knows?
It
We
was
probably
so
did all of it.
thick. The shadow was so thick it didn't even look like he
that's right.
lost his eyebrow.
He did have a very thick
Oh my God.
shadow on his skin
Remember when
from
Ryan
his
used
thick
to, in the
eyebrows.
summertime, you'd swim so much, you came in here and you
It
had
bleached
to.
out my
You're
eyebrows.
like, what happened to your eyebrows?
It looked like I didn't have them. It's like, no, they're platinum.
And in true Ryan fashion, one time he went platinum and tried to convince us that we are not seeing that it's platinum and blonde hair. We're like, you look like Billy Idol.
Oh,
from the
that was
80s.
the worst.
Oh no, that was just
With his
I
shell
was just to the
necklace.
sun.
He had the white shell necklace.
And I was like, that
Oh,
is
no,
bleach,
no.
man. That is
Listen-
not the sun.
Listen to this. This was when, right before, remember we had that gig at Drink Houston?
Yeah.
And this is when I changed hairdressers because she left me under the hairdryer way too long.
With the color
She
on.
goes, now I don't want you to freak out. It's a little light. And I got out and like, ah! It's
That was
white.
Billy Idol.
It looked like it was Billy Idol
Look
white.
up Billy Idol
It
from
was
the 80s.
horrible.
And that's
And
Ryan.
that was Ryan's hair.
Yeah. I think I went to the store a couple days later and bought like Miss Clairol just to darken it.
That's
Speaking
okay
of
when
the
you
80s.
shave twice a day. I've learned something there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Speaking of the 80s, there is a Netflix show that 80s kids loved, but I feel like some of these shows are taking it too far with the split seasons. You know, Bridgerton's about to give us something in May, and they're splitting it off and
I
giving
was
us
so
more.
happy yesterday and then so mad when I found out.
Yes, this is.
I'm like-
you're taking it too far with this
Yeah.
one.
Yep.
You know who you are, and we'll talk about it next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
From the big screen to the big house.
Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
104.1 KRBE.
Okay, so what is the Netflix show that announced yesterday that their season is coming back, but they're going to torture us about how they're going to give it to us?
So
It is
excited.
The 6th and final season of Cobra Kai. Yeah. They're going to drop it in 3 different windows of time. First part starts July the 18th. Then we have to wait till November for the second part. Then they said sometime in 2025 for part 3.
Are you kidding?
That is so ridiculous.
How many episodes?
Stretch
drop?
it out.
15
total.
So it'd be 50. So 5, 5, and 5.
I assume. I'm thinking maybe they'll do it New Year's Day.
But that's great
because that used to be when they dropped it.
Yeah.
Well, they say sometime in 2025.
You're getting a longer season because normally it's just 10 episodes, so they're giving you a season and a half.
Well, July to November is a 5-month break. I don't think they'd go November to January 1st.
Problem is, then you forget.
Yeah,
You do.
You totally do. But even with network television back in the day of regular TV watching, you would forget. So they have to do those pre-hour shows to remind you what happened last season.
Remember Lost would do that.
I appreciate
Desperate
they
Housewives
do
would do that. A lot of shows would be like, here's what happened last season.
Right.
On Desperate Housewives.
There's one called like Hurricane or something, and it was on after Lost, but they didn't air it here because we had a hurricane.
Oh my God! Yes, it was after Ike because I remember the pilot episode. It had a whole thing in the front that said viewer discretion advised because this might be triggering for those in areas that have had hurricanes, and we had just had Ike, and I remember watching that, and I was like,
I think they canceled it.
It was worse
in
real
back
life.
2 weeks later. Yeah, that's nothing.
Yeah, that was nothing. It was worse than
like
real
that one
life.
with the alligators. You ever see that hurricane movie?
No.
What was that one?
It took place. That happened in Florida. These big alligators took over a house.
What?
Is that a Modern Family subplot that you're mixing up with real life?
No, I swear it's somebody got.
What do you mean
Crocosaurus.
How'd they take over the house?
I just remember these big alligators, and they were like they flooded the whole area, and the lady had to like try and hide in the attic, and then the alligator was all around.
There's an alligator in
What the hell was
living
the name
room.
of that?
I don't know, but
I remember seeing it on HBO. I'm like, this is pure turd.
if you see things when you're a child and you know as an adult that can't happen, but because you believed it so much as a child, you can't not be traumatized.
Crawl. Does that sound
Was it called
I
Crawl?
think it's Crawl, yeah.
Crawl.
Okay.
Someone's
What year
famous.
was that, Sam?
Was it 16 or 17 or
2019.
2019.
19?
Yeah.
There was a
Okay.
movie or TV movie, and maybe Eric will remember this because we kind of had the same childhood in different states.
See?
Now that
It
you,
was
sorry.
big.
Ahmad is helping look it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eric, do you remember when we were kids? There was some sort of a movie where an alligator got into the sewer system and was taking over whatever.
Chud.
And what's it called?
Chud.
I don't know what it was
I
called.
think that's what it was.
The visual I have is the little boy.
It was a TV movie.
It was a TV movie, and the little boy is dropping a baby alligator, and the angle of the camera. This is how clearly I remember as a child because it scared me so much. The angle of the camera is that angle where the camera is in the toilet water looking up, not at the alligator going down into the toilet. It was the camera was in the toilet looking up, and the little boy dangles this baby alligator over the toilet, and it falls into the water on the camera.
Yeah.
And then that alligator infiltrates the sewer system.
Was there some radiation down there or something?
I don't know what
Something
it was, but ever since I saw that when I was a kid, I was scared to sit on toilets. And then my mom was always like, "What is wrong with you?" Like, I would not go to the bathroom to the point where I thought I was going to explode.
Yes.
Because my sister was like, "Why don't you just go to the bathroom?" And I'm like, I don't
The
have
movie
to.
It with the clown?
Well,
Yeah,
It with
that
the clown
was
was a whole
scary, too,
different
with
thing, but
the-
I didn't watch that either because I was like, I'm not going near that.
That ruined me.
That one, and then there's one the day after tomorrow. It was
Oh,
about
yeah,
That was about
Yes.
nuclear devastation.
that was
That was
stuff
scary.
Scared the hell out.
That was
of
on
me.
Yeah, 'cause we were
ABC.
kids, and it was like, oh my God, can this really happen?
Yes.
And
The
then,
answer is
I think they
yes.
put that a lot,
Yeah.
'cause I remember my parents watched one where the guy was a priest. No, what was it called? Thunderbirds or something like that?
Oh yeah, Richard Chamberlain.
Thornbirds. The
Thornbirds.
Thornbirds.
Yeah.
It was
But I
like
don't
a
know what it was about. It was
miniseries.
like an adult soap opera.
I'm so bored. I'm like, what the hell's this? And
Miniseries.
This
Yeah,
is
it
a
was a
Civil War
miniseries.
one, North and West.
North
North
and
and
South.
South.
North and West, really?
Yeah, the
It's
North
the
and the
Civil War,
West.
Eric. North and South. It was actually called North and South, and Patrick Swayze was in it. And so were all these superstar soap
The
opera
Union's
stars. at
taking
the
on the
time.
Californians.
Yeah, remember that part in history? So anyway, Cobra Kai is going to split into 3 parts just to milk their last
I'm
season.
good with that. We get more episodes.
15 episodes over 3
Oh, man.
cents of time.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Roula and Ryan Show on KRBE with what's going down in H-Town.
We have been pummeled over the last 24 hours. 1 to 3 inches of rain in Harris County. Let's see. Northern Harris and Montgomery County got 4 to 6 inches of rain. And then Walker, San Jacinto, and Polk got between 8 and 11 inches of rain
And it's
within
still
the
coming
last
down for a
24
lot of
hours.
people, Ryan. People are texting us that in their part down. Like somebody who was driving from spring to medical center said they were getting pummeled with rain in spring. And then when they got to the medical center, it's like nothing's happening.
It's Friday. I say, well, just take it off. Take the day off.
I mean,
take off your pants, take off your shirt, take it all off.
Yesterday afternoon, Lake Conroe was at 205.3 feet. Like, it's real. I mean, the water is high everywhere.
Be careful.
I think most of the school districts, they're already in school, so I don't need to do the closures there. But one thing I'd like to point out is the Houston Food Bank has sprung into action. They're helping aid people who are being affected by this, and they're asking for help from the community to lend support. So they need items like water and crackers, granola bars, protein snacks. And when you see those red barrels in the grocery store for the Houston Food Bank, you can make a donation that way, or you can actually go to their location at 535 Port Wall. So you can make a donation there. And that's what's going down in H-Town.
All right, coming up next, there's a lot of different kind of photo shoots you can do. Blue bonnets in Texas, photo shoots with your kids on the beach in Galveston. Everyone's wearing white and no shoes.
I see that all the time by my place.
Mm-hmm. The water wall, quinceañeras always are having photo shoots at the water wall, or wedding or graduation stuff at the water wall. But there is a special kind of photo shoot I never knew anybody needed in their life until Sam told us about it. Sam and the cows. The cows.
Yeah.
Special cows.
The Scottish cows with the bangs who look like they cannot be bothered. And they're wondering, what is this girl doing?
And they're nowhere near Houston.
What are you doing and why?
And
We're going to
how
find
far?
out how far you're going to travel to find these cows. Is
ride
Sam going to Scotland today? Is her flight delayed from the rain? We'll talk about it next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Oh, they're going to be wet.